Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we unpack topics you already care about to uncover the insights that truly matter. Today, we're cutting through some of the common myths around joint pain, especially, for those of us navigating our later years. It often just gets brushed off as, just old age, right? An inevitable creak in the machinery. But you probably sense there's more to it. What if that creak isn't just wear and tear? What if it's actually a profound miscommunication happening deep inside your body? And more importantly, what if there are powerful natural ways to address it? So our mission today is to take a real deep dive into rheumatoid arthritis. We want to understand its complex nature, learn to recognize its often subtle symptoms, and explore truly holistic approaches to managing it, especially for those over 60. We're pulling insights from some really fascinating articles and research you've shared.
That's right. And rheumatoid arthritis, or RA as we often call it, it's much more than just mechanical wear and tear on your joints. It's systemic. It's an internal process, almost like an internal fire, really, that can affect your whole body. We'll look at this from a blend of modern understanding and also the profound wisdom of, say, traditional Chinese medicine to give you a truly comprehensive picture.
Okay, let's unpack this then. For someone who hears arthritis and immediately thinks old age, how do you first clarify what rheumatoid arthritis actually is, what's going on inside the body?
Yeah, that's a really crucial distinction to make. Unlike osteoarthritis, which is, more like a worn-out hinge where the cartilage slowly breaks down over time.
Right, wear and tear.
Exactly. RA is different. It's an autoimmune condition. So imagine your body's immune system, which is normally there to protect you from invaders, right? Well, in RA, it gets confused. It mistakenly identifies your own joint linings, the synovium, specifically as a threat. And then it launches an attack. This leads to chronic inflammation, and that's where the pain, the swelling, the stiffness you feel comes from. It's like an internal miscommunication, a kind of a self-sabotage within your own system.
That's a powerful image, a biological symphony playing out of tune. And what's fascinating, maybe even startling for many, is that RA isn't just for younger adults. The risk actually increases with age. Is that right?
It does. It's a bit of a startling truth, actually. A lot of new diagnoses happen in people over 60. We even have a specific term for it, elderly onset rheumatoid arthritis, or EORA.
EORA, okay.
And this just reinforces that it's not simply about accumulated wear and tear over the years. Now, if you look at it from a traditional Chinese medicine perspective, RA fits under what we call BI syndrome.
BI syndrome.
Yeah, which translates roughly to painful obstruction syndrome. The thinking there is that external factors like wind, cold, and dampness, these pathogenic factors invade the body and block the smooth flow of qi.
Qi being the life force energy.
Exactly, your vital energy. And also blood flow. They get blocked in the body's meridians. Think of these meridians like invisible energy pathways, like rivers carrying life force. If they get blocked by this debris, the wind, cold, dampness, the energy stagnates.
Like a traffic jam.
Precisely. Like traffic on a congested highway. And that leads to the pain and dysfunction.
So we have this internal miscommunication, this stagnation. What are the current ideas about what actually sparks this? Are there subtle things weakening our defenses over time, especially for older adults?
Well, that's the big question, isn't it? And it's complex. The exact cause is still elusive, but we know it's likely a mix of things. Genetics definitely plays a part. If RA runs in your family, your risk might be higher.
Okay.
Then there are environmental triggers. Things like certain infections, even smoking have been linked to its onset. And absolutely the cumulative effect of chronic stress, maybe long-term inflammation from diet, lifestyle choices, these can subtly weaken your body's defenses over many years.
Makes sense.
They create a sort of fertile ground for these conditions to develop. And for seniors, years of different exposures, changing diets, shifts in metabolism, that can all contribute to these imbalances, making the body maybe a bit more susceptible.
And this internal fire, it's not just limited to the joints, is it? You said it's systemic. What other signs might show up?
You're absolutely right. It goes way beyond just joint pain. This systemic inflammation can affect other organs, other systems. You might experience this profound fatigue, like a bone-deep exhaustion that rest doesn't really touch. A general feeling of being unwell, malaise, sometimes even low-grade fevers. Some people might develop rheumatoid nodules. These are small, firm lumps, usually under the skin. And there can be problems with eyes, lungs, even blood vessels in some cases. That's exactly why a holistic approach is so important. You have to consider how everything in the body is interconnected.
Okay, so given it affects the whole body, what are some of those early, maybe subtle whispers people might dismiss as just getting older, but could actually be important early signs of RA?
That's such a critical point. Early recognition is absolutely key for managing it well and keeping your quality of life. One of the most defining signs of RA, especially early on, is symmetrical joint involvement.
Symmetrical, meaning same on both sides.
Exactly. So if your right wrist aches, your left wrist often does too. If your left knee is swollen, chances are your right knee might act up as well. This symmetry, particularly in the smaller joints' hands, feet, is a real hallmark. It helps differentiate RA from other types of arthritis.
Interesting.
Though it's worth noting, in older adults, sometimes RA can hit the larger joints like shoulders and knees more prominently first, but that symmetry often still holds true.
And there's a specific kind of stiffness people should look out for, not just the usual morning creaks we all get sometimes.
Precisely. We call it the notorious morning stiffness. And it's more than just feeling a bit stiff when you wake up. With RA, this stiffness can last for a significant time, maybe 30 minutes or even several hours.
Hours, wow.
Yeah, it's that feeling where your joints feel almost locked or cemented. They take a long time to loosen up. Imagine trying to bend a piece of metal that's cold and stiff. That's kind of the feeling. It's a major red flag.
Definitely sounds like one.
And from a traditional medicine view, it's a clear sign of, deeper stagnation in the body.
Okay, beyond that stubborn morning stiffness, what about the actual pain and swelling? How does that usually feel with RA?
Well, you'll likely experience persistent joint pain, tenderness. The joints might feel warm when you touch them, and they often look visibly puffy or swollen. And it's typically not just mild discomfort. It can be a deep throbbing kind of ache. It can really interfere with daily activities. Simple things like holding a teacup, buttoning a shirt, even just walking comfortably can become surprisingly difficult.
And looping back to RA being systemic, what about those whole body symptoms that might go along with the joint issues?
Right. Many people with RA feel this profound, debilitating fatigue. And again, it's not just being tired from a busy day. It's an overwhelming exhaustion, a real bone-deep weariness that sleep doesn't seem to fix.
Okay.
You might also just feel generally unwell, that malaise we mentioned, maybe a low-grade fever sometimes. These are signs the immune system is working overtime, basically draining your energy.
That makes sense.
Less common but still important indicators can be things like losing your appetite, maybe some unintentional weight loss, and those rheumatoid nodules we talked about, the little lumps under the skin, and of course the more serious complications involving eyes, lungs, blood vessels reinforce why it needs a comprehensive approach.
It sounds incredibly frustrating, especially because the symptoms can come and go, right?
Yeah.
Can you talk about that waxing and waning nature?
Indeed. RA symptoms often wax and wane. You might go through periods where the inflammation and pain are really intense. We call these flares.
Flares, okay.
Then you might have periods where things calm down, symptoms improve, or even seem to disappear for a while. That's remission. This unpredictable nature can be understandably incredibly frustrating. And in TCM, these fluctuations often suggest there are underlying imbalances that haven't been fully resolved, still seeking that true harmony.
So if any of these symptoms are ringing bells for you listening, especially if they're persistent, symmetrical, and you have that prolonged morning stiffness, please remember this is for information. Your health needs personalized medical advice. Talking to your doctor is absolutely the essential next step.
Absolutely. And, as someone who's worked with people for over 2 decades, I've seen incredible resilience. The body has this profound power. When it comes to RA, while modern medicine is valuable, Eastern wisdom offers this gentle, yet really powerful framework for managing symptoms, enhancing your overall health. It's about nurturing your body from the inside out. Understanding that true healing often comes from restoring balance, retuning that internal symphony we talked about.
You mentioned nutrition earlier as a cornerstone for managing inflammatory conditions like RA. Many people think diet is just about weight, but how directly does what we eat actually fuel or quell the inflammation in RA?
Oh, it's absolutely a cornerstone, and here's why. What you put into your body directly impacts your body's inflammatory pathways. Simple as that. From a TCM perspective, we think about foods as having properties, heating or cooling, damp forming or drying.
Okay.
For RA, generally we want to reduce things that create dampness and heat internally and support the body's natural qi and blood circulation. And this translates beautifully into what modern science also recommends. An anti-inflammatory whole food diet. Something like a Mediterranean-style approach works really well.
So what does that look like?
You want to embrace lots of colorful fruits and vegetables. They're packed with antioxidants, think vibrant berries, dark leafy greens like spinach and kale, bell peppers. Omega-3 rich foods are crucial. Things like oily fish salmon, mackerel, sardines are great, or if you prefer plant-based, flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts.
And why omega-3 specifically?
Well,
Okay, so if nourishing your body with the right foods is like setting a healthy foundation, then the next step seems to be keeping that foundation flexible and resilient through movement. Because I imagine the thought of exercise might seem really daunting when your joints are aching, but the right kind of activity can be incredibly therapeutic, right? What kind of movement truly helps in RA without making things worse?
yes, the key is low-impact, consistent, gentle movement. It might seem counterintuitive, but movement lubricates the joints. Think about practices like Tai Chi and Qigong. These ancient Chinese practices combine slow, flowing movements with deep breathing and mindfulness. They're incredibly gentle on the joints, they improve balance, flexibility, and they cultivate that qi flow we mentioned. They directly address the TCM idea of Bai syndrome by encouraging smooth energy movement.
Okay.
Swimming and water aerobics are also excellent choices. The buoyancy of the water supports your body, takes the pressure off your joints, but still provides gentle resistance.
That makes sense.
Gentle stretching and yoga are great too. Chair yoga is fantastic for seniors or anyone needing modifications. It helps maintain range of motion, preventing that cemented feeling. And even just walking. Short, consistent walks improve circulation and keep joints lubricated. Remember, the movement doesn't have to be strenuous. The goal is consistent, gentle activity that promotes fluidity and reduces that feeling of stagnation.
And we can't talk about chronic conditions without touching on the mind-body connection. Chronic pain itself is a huge stressor.
Yeah.
How does stress directly impact RA, and what can help retune that emotional side?
Oh, such a vital piece of the puzzle. It's not just about feeling calmer, though that's important. Research now clearly shows that chronic stress directly elevates inflammatory markers in the body, things like C-reactive protein. It literally adds fuel to the fire of RA.
Wow.
So, reducing stress isn't just a coping strategy, it's actually a direct anti-inflammatory therapy in itself. Practices like meditation, deep breathing exercises, mindfulness, these can significantly calm the nervous system. And from a TCM perspective, emotional imbalances like stress or worry are seen as major disruptors of qi flow, contributing to all sorts of ailments. So cultivating inner peace is truly as vital as any herbal remedy for restoring that internal balance.
So as you're listening, maybe think about what small, consistent change you could make. Maybe in your food choices, maybe adding some gentle movement, something that feels truly nourishing. A gentle step forward is still progress in retuning your body's symphony.
Exactly. And, for centuries, people have relied on nature's healing power. When we look at rheumatoid arthritis, the wisdom of traditional Chinese medicine offers this wealth of remedies that can work really well alongside modern approaches. One of the most powerful tools is herbal medicine. In TCM, herbs aren't chosen randomly. They're selected to address specific imbalances, maybe to clear dampness, dispel cold, invigorate blood, or strengthen qi.
Can you give some examples?
Sure. Some well-known ones include turmeric, or curcuma longa. It contains curcumin, which is a really powerful anti-inflammatory. It can help reduce pain and swelling, working through natural pathways.
Right, turmeric is quite popular now.
It is, for good reason. Then there's ginger, Zingiber officinale. It's considered warming in TCM, so it helps dispel cold from the body's channels, improves circulation, reduces stiffness and pain. Modern science backs up its anti-inflammatory effects too. Boswellia, which you might know as frankincense, has studies showing it can reduce joint pain and swelling by inhibiting certain inflammatory enzymes.
Okay.
And then there are more potent herbs like thundergod vine, Tripterigium wilfortii. It can be powerful for severe inflammatory arthritis, but this one absolutely requires careful professional guidance. It's strong and has potential side effects.
That's a crucial point. Always consult a professional,
Yeah.
right? Especially with herbs.
Absolutely crucial. Always talk to your doctor or a qualified herbalist, especially if you have other conditions or are taking medications. Interactions are possible.
It's really fascinating how modern science is starting to validate so much of this ancient plant wisdom. What about nutritional supplements? How can they offer targeted support, maybe echoing some of these traditional principles?
Yeah, supplements can provide very targeted support. Omega-3 fatty acids, like from fish oil, we touched on this, potent anti-inflammatories. They can significantly reduce joint swelling, pain, morning stiffness by modulating that immune response. Look for ones high in EPA and DHA.
Yeah.
Vitamin D is another big one. It's crucial for immune function, bone health, and helps modulate the immune system. Many older adults are deficient, so supplementation is often really important. Glucosamine and chondroitin may be more known for osteoarthritis, but some find they offer mild relief for RA symptoms too, by supporting cartilage health and potentially having some anti-inflammatory effect. And probiotics. There's growing research on the gut health autoimmune connection. Probiotics might help modulate the immune system and reduce systemic inflammation. This ties in beautifully with TCM, which really emphasizes the digestive system's role in overall health and how dampness can often originate from a compromised gut.
But again, supplements are support, not a cure, and part of a bigger plan discussed with a doctor.
Exactly. They complement, they don't replace.
So beyond diet, movement, herbs, supplements, what other powerful TCM therapies are there? And what about those lifestyle things that maybe get overlooked?
Well, acupuncture is a major one in TCM. By inserting very thin needles at specific points, the aim is to unblock qi flow, restore balance. It's often very effective for reducing pain, inflammation, and improving joint function. Many people find it deeply relaxing, too.
I've heard that.
Then there's cupping therapy and also tuina, which is a form of therapeutic massage. Both are used to improve circulation, reduce that stagnation, and get the qi flowing freely again. And then, yes, those crucial lifestyle interventions. Prioritizing sleep. It's often underestimated, but that's when your body repairs and regenerates. So important for immune health. Managing stress effectively, using those techniques we discussed, can help prevent flares. And maintaining a healthy weight. This one is huge. It significantly reduces the load on your joints, especially weight-bearing ones like knees and hips. It eases pain, improves mobility. Seriously, every pound lost is like taking a pound of stress off those precious joints. It directly eases their workload.
This whole picture, this blend of ancient wisdom and modern science, it really paints a much more holistic and hopeful view, doesn't it?
It really does. We've covered a lot today, journeying through the complexities of rheumatoid arthritis. But I really want to leave you with this feeling of profound hope and empowerment, truly. Even with a diagnosis like RA, your golden years can still be a time of vibrant, living, joyful movement, deep connection. I've seen it time and again. Men and women, maybe once really limited by pain and stiffness, reclaiming their ability to, walk their grandkids to the park, tend their gardens, even dance at family gatherings. Their symphony starts playing back in tune.
That's the power of conscious choice, isn't it? The principles we've talked about, anti-inflammatory eating, gentle movement, stress reduction, natural remedies. These aren't just quick health tips. They feel more like pillars for a life well lived, tools for reestablishing that vital communication within your own body.
It's very much like tending a garden, I think. Managing RA is this continuous process. It requires care, adjustment, nurturing, adapting along the way.
And those conscious choices, day by day, they really do add up. They build this mighty fortress of well-being over time. And remember, you're not alone on this path.
So, my dear friends listening, maybe just consider this. What new activity or even simple joy could you perhaps rediscover by applying just one of these principles we talked about today? And how might that shift things, not just your physical well-being, but maybe your entire outlook on healthy aging?
As always, for personalized guidance tailored to your unique health journey, please do consult with your doctor. That's absolutely essential.